Okay. I am warning you right now. There will be tears for this one.
Hi, I'm Tiana. I'm ill.
What up, everybody? It is your girl, Miss Tiana Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, thanks for clicking on that link. Today, I am embarking on a new journey, and by today, I literally mean in 12 hours today, I will be starting something new. And I haven't really told a lot of people about it. Me and my therapist kind of just was like, let's just keep this to ourselves till it's like not to ourselves. And I'm like, yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to me doing my own thing or new things or whatever thing that I might be interested, I am very easily swayed and annoyed and wavered by other people's opinions or ideas or their takes. And mainly because they feel very inspired by, I guess, me and like what they would do if they were me and what have yous. But for me, it can be very distracting. It stops me from doing whatever I want or whatever I intended, and then it becomes me doing a thing because someone said I should, or me doing a certain thing a certain way because someone said I should. And there's one thing for it to be like guided, like advice and projection, and there's just a lot of projection, and I did not want to feel that. So I'm starting a new journey. I have been fighting against myself with starting this new journey because I don't know. What I'm going to be doing is something I've wanted for years, 13 years to be exact. I'm just finally just saying the hell with it and going with it. And each time I make a step closer to starting it up, it's like, am I wasting my time? Could I be using it doing something else? Could I be more productive? Should I be getting a full job and all this stuff? And I take away a lot of what I've already been doing when I do that. But I also say you don't deserve to do the same because your life isn't 100%. Your life isn't stable, at least. Like, you can't do good things for yourself or the things that you want until you're stable. It's giving that. It's giving it's never the right time to follow my dreams. And with losing everything, back in 2023, it's like I don't want to do another round of me waiting around for a big something or for things to be a little bit more stable, whatever that looks like, to do something, because I think even the terms of stability are changing right now. And I don't want to hold myself back from things that I want. And I don't think I should. I am doing this little exercise that my therapist told me to do. And that was just to write all the accomplishments from the past year or ever since the fire. And I did. And I decided that I should share it because I do not say my wins consistently all in one go. I usually hope or wait for someone else to do it, but that's not how anything works, and that's not how I should do it. So without further ado, if you care, these are all the things that I accomplished after the fire last year. Yay. First things first, I got into a relationship. I got into a faithful, monogamous, consistent relationship. What usually happens when I mention something I accomplished, I immediately think of the things that went wrong or the things that fell apart or how it might not have been like the best partner, but it was the best partner for that time. And good for me for taking a little chance on love, for loving at all, for experiencing a new person, for testing what that space is like for me, because as an adult I haven't had like an adult relationship. Learning to be honest and growing with someone, and learning when it's not really working out anymore, and learning to choose what's best even in love. I really enjoyed me in a relationship. It was pretty hot. I did the things I wanted to do to show up. But I noticed once I started doing things so it appeared that I showed up, that once I understood my limits when it came to that relationship and I made that known, it was a very like honest and telling moment. I am the type of person to stick things out and see if it'll work and try different strategies and a whole bunch of stuff just to give things an honest go, which is great, but you also need to know when to let things go. And for me, I've had a lot of examples of people making things work, of people switching things around and using different terminology or different whatevers to keep things going. But I always see the anguish and the stress and the irritation in people doing that. And I didn't want that for myself. So when it came time to be like, you know what, this might not be the right space for me, that was another accomplishment for me. Me choosing myself, sanity, and the other person, essentially. Because if you are in a relationship and it's not feeling correct and you just want to take a step back, that's very selfless. Like, people think you should make things work, but like, no, if you know that space is not that space anymore, like, stop. And do it in love and do it in care, of course. And we learn how to do that. But stop. I'm very glad I really tried. I'm glad I did that thing. I gave my business another go. I was on the fence about doing makeup, self-employed some more, just because it goes up and down. It's very inconsistent, and honestly, when it comes to like freelance or gig type services, it really mirrors the sign of the times. Like, if America is going through a recession and everybody's like losing their minds and their money, then like your business might reflect that. Though there are just so many ways I could have possibly made more money and had more experience with makeup artistry, it was always, and I say this to people all the time, it's always been a thing that I did while I was waiting for the thing. Doing makeup was never the thing. I just kept doing it and kept getting better at it. And people wanted it and needed it and paid for it. So I did it. A couple years ago, I wasn't sure if that was even a path I wanted to take anymore, just because of the inconsistencies and how expensive it is to just have your own business and not necessarily get the funding to maintain it. Like, oh my god. I love the structure of it. I love the rules. I love the routine. I'm so used to it. It's so much fun for me. I love a good, nice, finished product. Like, it's a fun time. And I miss having that time. I don't know. I miss beautifying someone. So I got it back. I got all my stuff back. I got the studio. Oh, I got my own studio. Like, come on. My own little space that I had a little key. I had to come in, lock in. And as of now, there's a sign in front of the door, and I have business cards because I'm like, no, okay, if I'm gonna do this shit, like, just like be for real. Like, let people know that you're a presence. Like, let yourself be known. Like, take up space. This is your space, so take it up. It definitely picked up more, and it didn't pay for everything, but it gave me a space to just relax and release and like have some movement with my hands and just feel and be creative, both on myself and on others. Early last year, I went crazy with the creations just to utilize the studio, because every time every time I pay the studio rent, I immediately say I'm not paying to not be up in here. I need to be up in here for it to make sense, but also get some creativity out. But I made some new clients and new connections. People want to book me far into the future. Like, it's a great time. It's always been that thing in between. However, I got to be honest about that. But in the meantime, it's a good thing in between to have. It's fun. It's relaxing to me. And I really set my business up so like I get the people who are pretty chill. Thank God. Most of my clientele they're really fucking chill, and like we can chill and I can just do my thing. It can be a time they like it and they're like, "Alright, cool." Like, I love my job. I love it. I do. I wish it was in an area that's like people need this shit every weekend, which every now and then it does become that, but I wish it was that. I made new friends and connections, which is always hard for me because I don't trust people. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm so tired of having good conversation with someone and connecting. And next thing you know, they're like blasting R. Kelly, or they're saying something misogynistic, or they have some odd beliefs that's like, oh, I don't actually feel safe here anymore. I have a lot of anxiety about connecting with new people, but this year I just gave it a go. I decided to give it a try, just to connect with people as much as I could in the way that I could. I didn't force myself to do things that aren't fucking natural. Like, if I'm not a heavy texter, like, in a conversation I don't really care about, I won't be a heavy texter in a conversation I don't really care about. Like, just that. I am learning to talk to people more, but sometimes I like to shut the hell up. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying because the storage ran out. Um, what the heck? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, sometimes connecting with people can be weird. Sometimes my style of connecting can be like non-conventional, but I do try. And I made some friends. I'm in group chats. I went to events. I supported friends' events. It was awesome. It's been cool, and though I am in hermit mode right now, and though I am inside because it's too cold and everyone's sick, um, I have been trying to make more mutuals. I do have social anxiety, so sometimes it's really tough, but I'm making it happen. I did it. I set new boundaries. I make things pretty clear up front. I stop people in their tracks when they're doing too much. And I don't over explain myself. I used to explain myself hoping the person would connect and get it. And it is my job to share to a certain extent. However, I don't have to make anyone understand me. You either do or you don't. But if you don't and you're an asshole, I'm not gonna make things clear for you, bucko. Any lines that people will cross, or even like when it comes to like dating and men, like if there's something I'm not with it. I used to be a person to like rearrange myself to make other people feel comfortable because I thought that was love, and it's fucking not. It's chaos. If something isn't my vibe, it doesn't mean the person or the experience is bad. It's just not for me, and that's okay. Being okay with that at a big age took a lot of work, but I finally made it happen. I'm getting better and better with my boundaries, but I do a thing where I like test waters, or I test the energy, because sometimes having those boundaries are hard, especially if you miss something, or if you miss a vibe or a connection or a person. Like, it's really hard. However, I got tired of this ring around game I would play with myself when I knew something wasn't for me. I knew something wouldn't work out for me, but I did it anyway for the sake of someone else. Like, that's bullshit. Don't do it. And I stopped doing that shit, and I felt very accomplished for that. I let go of unfair environments anytime I felt or heard or knew it wasn't for me anymore. And though it is an accomplishment, it was very heartbreaking, but I'm very proud of myself for saying no to being in spaces that don't love on me, or don't pour into me, don't make me feel safe, don't check me to see if I'm safe, or they do something, or the space is like just not safe anymore. Not subjecting myself into those environments just for, again, other people's sake, or because I feel like I should change when something is disrespecting me is nuts. It's fucking nuts. If something's disrespecting me, I don't need to be there. Point blank, period. I don't need to see or understand why something's disrespecting me. I just need to understand it's disrespecting me, and I don't need to be there. And it caused a lot of lonely times. I would say even now it's pretty lonely, but I'll be damned if I'm in a space that I can't trust or betrayed my trust. I only want to be in spaces that make sense to me and my soul, and when I'm there, I can breathe easy. That's very important for me. So I don't know if like it was a space I could breathe easy and now I can't. Like, what do you want me to do? I made a lot of art. My creative vibes were vibing. I did things. I created my first art piece in years. I did a lot of editorial glams that got noticed by like Pat McGrath's team. I don't think it was Pat McGrath herself. I really don't. And other makeup creators. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Even though I got no traction, no attention, I still did it, and I expressed, and I channeled something, and I was willing. I was just willing, and it was a great feeling, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Rekindling love. There were actually a couple of connections that I felt I wanted to give another go. I wanted to take a different perspective and new experiences and just new ideas and just new development I had to see like what old relationships might look like in a new space, in a new environment, new vibe. And going forward, I won't spin any blocks. However, I am proud of myself because I took a fucking risk. I said fuck it. Let's go about this in a smart way. But let's go. Let's try it. Especially if it's for love, it's for happiness, it's for excitement, it's for something new. Why not? Go for it. As long as you are not hurting yourself or others, go for it. And I wasn't. A couple of those rekindlements worked out really well. Still buds. But a couple of those rekindlements, not so much. And making peace with that has been hard. But I'm proud of myself for even trying. There were so many moments, especially last week, where I'm like, you know what, Tiana? You did a thing. You tried it out. You tested the waters. It didn't really work. But at least you tried again. And you were willing to try again. And if you ever, and this was a side note I just said to myself, if I ever were to question if I love or if I've ever been in love, it's not because I spun the block or because I want to rekindle or I made the first move or I apologize first. It's just I don't think those are the testament of love. I think it is just having an open heart. Just an open heart for something. An open mind, open heart, and just willing. That willingness is just it's love itself, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I raised about $15,000 in fundraising, and like hearing that out loud, it's like, so where the fuck is the 15,000? And it's like, Tiana, you know exactly what you paid for, and having that help and still being in crippling debt. On one hand, I'm like, did I jump back into my business too fast? But also, it's like a lot of things happen at the wrong place, wrong time, with the wrong resources. So I give myself grace for not having that. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'll say I did a thing, and but then immediately be like, but it's not this, but it's not that. Bitch, you raised $15,000. You raised $15K. You took a video of you jiggling boobs, made it into a joke, made people giggle, and said, here's $5. And you did that 15,000 times. That's amazing. That is amazing. All by myself. My own person, marketing, no team. I would have friends, and not really a lot of family, but a lot of friends and mutuals and people that supported me see my house fire fundraiser and just post it up because I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. I was on that shit all the time, and though I got tired, it helped. It kept me going. It makes no sense on paper. Legally, tax season's about to be a bitch. Legally, it doesn't make sense for me to have been good this entire year, but I have, and I was, because I asked for help as much as I could, and I made it into a fun thing. Like, I made sure I set myself up so I wasn't struggling so hard. And fundraising isn't really a thing right now, or it's not helpful as much, but it's there. Every now and then I'll get a little help, a little assistance, but I did that. I know what to do and how to raise $15,000 if I need to. Hopefully I won't have to use my tits to do it again, but hey, I'm down. Fuck it. I got connected more spiritually. Though I am not the one that's like, yes, I meditate every day, or I do my affirmations every day. Like, I'm not there. I recognize the power and the strength in everything that God created, including me, and how much power is in me, how much ability is in me, how much potential is in me, how much I am actually expressing in real time. Like, that is me. It is me that's like literally like, I'm going to get up and make today a great day. That is a decision I make, and I do it. I do it for myself. And that itself is just the epitome of spirituality to me. To connect everything so that you inspire yourself to keep going, that is peak spirituality to me. I'm really proud of myself for keeping the faith. I really kept the faith. There were so many times, so many reasons I just wanted to give the fuck up, and I'm like, no, it's not over yet. we are still breathing. That means we're still here and we can still chase a good time. I got my own space. Some of that 15K that I raised was used to secure this housing here. The main reason why I am doing this type of video is because I am potentially in a space where I'm gonna have to figure something the fuck out to maintain it. It was good for a couple of months, but now, because it's slow season, because of makeup, because just the world, the energy of everything is just so all over the place. I don't know. It's not that I'm speaking anything into existence, and it's not that I'm counting myself out. I told my therapist, it's like, if you need money, you need money. And if you don't have money to pay for things, you don't have them anymore. But as I'm starting on a new journey, I do have to take the time to celebrate this in full because I haven't out loud. I got my own space. I got my own space for the first time by myself. I made some investments in myself to create, have space to create, and just do and have all the things I needed to just be me and do all the cool things I want to do. And sometimes when I'm in here, it's like it was crafted just for me. Every single detail. And I hear people talk about how their job is a job that didn't exist. It was just made just for them. That's exactly how I feel about this space in here. Because it's so fucking random. It doesn't make any sense. But it's here and it's perfect for right now. This is not my forever home. But it's a home. And I made it happen. And it's really cool shit, dude. And without any proper scouting. Hold on, let me let this tear out. Come on. Without any second opinions, I made the decision by myself for myself. And I couldn't be happier. I love coming home. I love saying I'm going home. I don't want to do no second or third location. I'm going home. I don't have to worry about disturbing family and parents and whosoever will, or just dealing with other energy. For the first time in my life, I have my own space. I feel safe. I feel cozy. I feel like I can express, I can learn, I can channel different vibes, different things, and I not be judged. I not feel odd. I not have to be considerate. I can just be and do. And it is the most freeing experience. And I completely understand why people sell everything to maintain their own space, because I'm right there with you. Just something so freeing and so amazing about just having this space. And again, it's wild because when I really sit back and I look, it's like, I shouldn't be in here. I should it shouldn't be a thing, but I'm here and I got it and I'm living. And I'm just being this little adult, this little pink-haired adult. And I'm glad I let that out now, because the last thing on my list is that I didn't give up. Oh, you don't know how many times last year I was like, fuck this shit, fuck this shit, fuck this shit. I should just throw this shit all away. I should just give up the studio. I should just give this up. I should just break up now. There were so many moments last year where things were good and then it fucking wasn't. But when it wasn't, it was harsh and cruel and confusing, unstable, irritating, like all the negative things. And then it would be cool, and then down, up and down. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? But I went with the up and downs. I had faith in the up and downs. I understood that life had up and downs. I understood that it gets cloudy sometimes and it stays cloudy sometimes. There are seasons of just rain. Like, that's just what life does. And I'm still trying to convince myself it's not all bad because of something I did or because of my astrology, or because like I learned today that there are some really unlucky degrees that people can have in their chart and I have both of them. I wanted to stop blaming like, oh, my life is bad because of this, my life is bad, like, I'm just having a bad time right now. And it reminds me of that quote where someone says, you're not suffering for a reason, you're just suffering. Life just really fucking sucks right now. A lot of people are really fucking broke right now. A lot of people are really fucking lonely right now. The world is scary right now. And sometimes our efforts to make it better, it needs more resources. It needs more help. It's not individual anymore. And individualism is pushed more than community when community is needed more. And it's ass backwards and it's crazy. But within all that, with knowing all that and understanding all that, I still tried. I still try to make friends. I still try to connect with lovers. I still tried to repair relationships. I still tried to understand what all this shit is all about. And I still tried with myself. And I did not give up. And I'm very proud of myself. So those are all the things I accomplished. There's probably much more that I accomplished. Like my style was great. I look good the whole time. You know, creating like music and songs and art and vibes like that. You know, I did a lot of things. So I'm gonna end this video with my note to self. This is a note I wrote to myself. Note to self. Bitch, you did a lot. And not even more than other people, more than you imagined. You were determined to still have a great life. And though last year came with its challenges, you still had your fun. I love how creative you got, how determined you were each month, how you were always willing to just try. You tried every day. You chased every day. And yes, I understand you also lost so much. Friends, safe spaces, relationships. As you were trying, it really felt like one thing after another. And I'm so sorry you experienced that. You still had the courage. No. And I'm sorry you experienced that. You still had the courage to make new connections and new experiences. No matter how inconsistent you feel, you keep choosing you. No matter how many times you were told you need to prepare for your future, just know that you are. Please keep in mind you did a lot of shit. I know you're tired, and unfortunately, you may have to prepare for another loss due to lack of resources. Don't beat yourself up about it. Why? Because you did it. Not you tried, you succeeded. You deserve... Oh my God. I'm so sweet to me. You deserve a standing ovation, an award, a round of applause. You can tell I don't hear nice things that often. You allowed yourself to be human, to love, to lose, to express, to experience, to just be, because that's what you wanted. You are in a space you betray yourself less. You make harder decisions for an easier life, and you feel the feels in full, and you still love. Good job. You're worthy now. You're amazing now. You won now. Good job. Yay. So, now that I have released all that, I'm ready to start something new. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I hope this saves my life. But I don't need saving. I'm living the life. I am enjoying the life. And I'm set for life's up and downs. But I have been up, I have been down, but I have been up. But I have been up. And I'm big proud. I know past versions of Tiana would not have survived this. They would have been like, fuck all that shit. Hell no. But I wanted to grow. I wanted to experience. And I wanted to live. And I did, and I am. And good job, Tiana. Good job, Tiana. All right, well, if you sat through that whole video, thank you. Awkward. But no, seriously, thank you guys for your love and support. For those of you who are watching, that have been watching this entire time, and especially those who haven't just been watching, who've actually been helping and engaging, thank you. I'm very excited to see what this new chapter has for me, and I'm kind of scared, but I feel like now that I just acknowledged myself and honored myself and cheered myself on, I can move on to the next thing, and not as like, well, what's next, but as a, like, I can do anything and I have my own support. And I would love claps and standing ovations from others, especially those closer to me. But in the meantime, I got that covered. I'll just let myself know every day. Anywho, that is the video. That is my gratitude. That is me celebrating me. If you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. I think you all should try it if you haven't wrote down everything that you accomplished in 2024 specifically, with it being such a karmic year. Please do. You deserve to celebrate your wins. Even if there's no crowd, you deserve to celebrate you, because God knows, you know, all the bullshit that you went through, or all the hardships that you went through, or all the changes that you had to adjust to. And that's not easy. So if you did that shit, celebrate that shit, please. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.